No more waiting for the weekend to do what you love. No more dividing your time between your desk job and your camera. It's time to make your passion your profession. Hi, I'm Sarah Petty, and in this video, I will walk you through how you can turn your photography hobby into your full-time job. The moment to make a change is now, so let's dive in. Let's talk about acknowledging and managing self-doubt. One of the first steps to turning your photography hobby into your full-time job is to acknowledge your self-doubt and actively manage it. This is especially important if you're self-taught like I was, and you might be grappling with imposter syndrome like I was. I felt like such a fraud. Remember, it's completely normal to feel this way when you're stepping into a new, unfamiliar turf, especially one with so much competition. But don't let it deter you. A crucial step here is to seek validation from professionals in the field. Have your work critiqued by professionals. Take their feedback and use it to improve. And also know your photography doesn't have to be a technical award winner to make a living. It has to be solid, and I want you to always be working on it. But I was held back for a while by the fear of I'm not good enough. My work just needs to be so much better. And I still feel that way 25 years later. So just know it doesn't really go away. And I went and studied with one of the best photographers in the country to find out that he was completely broke because he didn't know how to make money. So while your photography needs to be at a minimum level acceptable, if you want this to be your full-time job, you really have to prioritize focusing on understanding the business side as well. Look, when I started, I didn't have a college photography degree, and I still don't. And yet I've sold over $3 million in portraits over these years. Why? Because I got really good at the business part. Part of that is surrounding yourself with supporters. They always say in life, you're a sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And building a successful photography business is hard. It's not a solitary endeavor. So having a support network of people who are ahead of you and a mentor can make a significant difference. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and believe in your vision. They could be fellow photographers, mentors, family, friends. But what I've found is that I want to take business advice from someone who's doing it and someone who's living the life I want to live. We created a tool at my company called Front Pocket, Back Pocket. I believe we can put our friends and family in our front pocket and keep them close to our heart. But in our back pocket, that's where we need our mentor and a community of people who are studying from that mentor. Because if you're taking advice from all the people putting free content and free things out there and you're trying to put it together, it's sort of like taking random puzzle pieces from different puzzles. Again, take business advice from people who are successful and from people who are still doing it. I still have a photography business. I just built a gorgeous photography studio, so I'm not going anywhere. I had to navigate the pandemic. In fact, I opened my first photography studio 2 weeks before 9/11. So I've navigated multiple bumps in the economy. I think that's the kind of person you want to learn from because I know that it's not about the economy and what's happening around us. People will always need what we offer. And I actually do better in a low economy because we make people happy. So when you have a mentor, their encouragement and validation can help you navigate through challenges and keep your spirits high. Because if you plan on being in business 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to have some bumps in the road. Get a mentor who can help you with that. And then having tools to overcome negative thoughts and negative self-talk. We have that bully in our brain, don't we? Yeah. You're not good enough. You haven't paid your dues. You're not ready. People like us, etc., etc., etc. So managing those negative thoughts is another critical step towards success. Self-doubt, insecurities, and fear of failure can act as literally roadblocks. So when you have strategies and tools to manage these thoughts, it's so essential. One of my favorite tools I use, I learned from Gwyneth Paltrow in one of her podcasts years ago. And we took it and we adapted it for photographers, but it's called Reversey. And Reversey is literally, you could get index cards or you could do it just in your brain. But when you hear yourself say something disempowering, you reverse it and you flip it over. So if you have a stack of index cards, you could just reverse them. So instead of saying I'm not good enough, you reverse that thought to yourself and you say, while I don't have the experience other people do, I know that I care about my client and I know I love photography and I'm dedicated to becoming really good at it. And so I will be really good at it because I'm not quitting. I want you to remember the way you think directly impacts how you act and your approach to your work. So if you reverse all of those negative thoughts, it's going to be smooth sailing for you, my friend. Another really great strategy is to use your full-time job to fund your dream of having a business. How cool is that? As much as you may hate your full-time job, it is a great cushion and a funding source so that you can invest in your passion to learn how to run a profitable photography business. As your photography business grows, you can let your full-time job go down in hours until you can replace it, which is so cool. And I tell my new students, don't quit your full-time job until you consistently know how to make money. And I have some students who got to that point and replaced their income from their full-time job within months, but they were smart and they used their full-time job to fund their dream career, their photography business. They use their commute to their job to study and to implement, and then they use nights and weekends to work on their business. And you can do that too, so that you can get it to a level where you can replace that full-time salary. I also want you to value your work. Understanding the value of your work is key to turning your photography hobby into a profession. Your work isn't just a digital image that someone shares on social media or sticks in a drawer. It's an experience that you help create with them so that they have big, beautiful artwork hanging in their homes. You are solving a problem with the images you create, whether it's building self-esteem, decorating their home, bringing together a blended family where the parents just got married and celebrating this new family on their walls with a piece of artwork. This is so powerful. And often I see so many photographers undercharging for their work, either because of a lack of confidence or a lack of understanding the value they're bringing to their clients and to these families. The financial reward of selling your work at its true worth can provide the necessary motivation and validation you need to keep moving forward. I believe in you. I know you can do this. Setting clear goals is so important because if you want to turn your photography hobby into a full-time job, it requires having clear, achievable goals. First off, do you want to leave your full-time job? And then we break it down by there. What are you making and how many sessions at what average do you need to do to replace your full-time income? Think about, where do you see yourself a year from now? What kind of niche do you want to serve with your photography? How much income do you aspire to make from photography? I'm not assuming that you want to make multiple six figures. You might be a stay-at-home mom who's like, hey, $2,000 or $3,000 a month would really benefit my life. That'd be amazing. Are there other people achieving that? Heck yeah, there are. How can you learn from them? So I want you to know that setting these goals provides you a clear direction for your efforts, gives you a roadmap to follow, and makes that journey seem so much less daunting than just going it alone. I think that's the hardest path of like guessing. Guessing doesn't work. And as you achieve goals one by one, it will provide you a significant confidence boost and you'll be feeling amazing about yourself. Lastly, never underestimate the power of education and a community. Participating in programs like ours called Boutique Breakthrough, where you go through a 2-month program as part of a community. Everybody does it together. They have their highs and their lows together, and it provides so much valuable motivation and insights that you can't get by doing it alone. You're watching other people's successes and failures, and that is so beneficial and encouraging. So just know you're going to be so much better off being with a group than doing this on your own. Taking your photography from a hobby to a full-time job is a journey filled with passion, dedication, and hard work, but it can also be a fun journey. If you have the right mindset, a supportive community, clear goals, and the tips we've shared today, you are well on your way to turning your dreams into a reality. And remember, every successful photographer was once where you are right now. And it's small, steady, consistent steps that lead to significant changes. Keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep clicking because the world needs you and your unique perspective. Seriously, if you're ready to turn your photography hobby into that full-time jobby, come be a part of our community because we have a free group you can join where we talk about family first and growing a business. We encourage one another, and I want you to come join us because there's nothing else like it out there online anywhere. I'll stick the link in the description below. And listen, super proud of you for watching and subscribing. And if you haven't, do that right now because this is how you grow your photography business. If you loved today's video, especially click here for more actionable steps, and I'll see you soon.